John from J.O. Ventures Outdoors, and I'm here in the shop this morning. I'm doing a little bit of leather work, and I just thought I'd bring you along. I'm making a sheath. And if you remember one of my videos, my past videos, I went to the flea market and bought this old Western, and you can see that here. And I cleaned that up. If you remember, it was pretty rusty. And I worked on the blade quite a bit, as you can see there. And so hopefully you can see that pretty well, but got it pretty good. But yeah, it's still got a little peppering to it and stuff, but I'll adjust the light here a little bit so we can see that maybe. But so I'm just out here making a sheath for it. There was really nothing wrong with the original, but I thought I'd make a new one because the original isn't quite as secure as I'd like. And so I had this piece left over from another project that was already cut, and it fit the knife. So I thought, well, I would make a sheath. So that's why I'm out here today. I have the strap stitched on here, and I have the belt loop stitched, and I've glued the welt in. This one has a welt, the other one didn't, and I've drilled all the holes, as you can see. And so now I'm just taking my awl and I'm just making the holes just a little bit bigger. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just poking this awl right through this. Just right through it like that, because if I don't do that, when I put that on the stitching pony and stitch it, the thread is going to get hung up in the hole, and then I'm going to skewer the thread, and then I'm going to have a real mess. Believe me, I've done that many times, so I know. But so it's always better to take the time to widen the holes so that your thread goes through there better. And some might say, why don't you use a bigger drill bit? Well, I don't like doing that because I like to keep it small, and I can control the size a little more as I'm doing this by hand. Now this knife was just terrible. I mean, it was completely rusty. It's an old Western, and gosh, I can't remember. I'll put the dates up there because Big J gave me the dates on that, but it's just an awesome knife. It's got the model number there on the guard, the brass guard there. And I prefer to, got a little string on there because I was cutting some leather and string with it. I put an edge on it. As you can see, I've got a little bit of an edge on it, but she's sharp, but not, still catching a little bit because there's so much peppering and corrosion on this knife that it, yeah, you can kind of see the edge there. Oh, that's pretty cool. So anyway, but it was really in bad shape, and I like buying them like that. That's my preference. I have nothing against buying brand new knives. These are USA. This is a USA knife, of course, and I've got another one here I need to work on yet. It's an old Forest Master. I showed it in that other video. It's a Colonial. I like buying them that way because I can get them cheaper, and I like to work on them. And I like making the sheath and spending time on a knife and kind of putting yourself into it. And so that's why I like, and plus I get a better deal for these knives if I buy them brand new or buy them used from the flea market. But again, I have nothing against buying brand new knives or even imported knives. I have several Rough Ryders and other brands, so I have nothing against that actually, but it's not my preference. I bought very few Rough Ryders brand new. They're usually trades or gifts or in a Rough Ryder Knife Challenge, which is coming up here pretty soon from Tobias. So, but I have nothing against it. They make a good knife. And so do some of the other brands that are imported. So There's some that are not, but I prefer these. I'm really just getting into the vintage USA older knives that you go out and you hunt for, and you go to the flea market, you go to the antique store, and you go look for them. I enjoy that. I enjoy that so much more than buying it on eBay. I almost don't hardly buy anything on eBay anymore, but I'll buy a brand new case knife if I'm out somewhere special. But, you know, I just rather find them used or something like that, you know, at the flea market. So that's my preference. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot because I like to put time into it. And now, if I can find them out there for a decent price and they don't need a lot of work, I don't mind that either, because you can spend a lot of time on these knives refurbishing them. So, you know, it's just what you enjoy, I guess, and that's what I enjoy. So I'm going to put this in the Stitching Pony, made by Walter. I love this thing. This is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten from somebody here on YouTube. So maybe even ever, I don't know. But I'm going to put it in there and do a little stitching here. I just thought I'd bring you along and you could watch a little bit of this. We're not going to do the whole thing here because that'd be pretty boring. But I could probably bring you back and show you the finished product, either in a photo at the end of this video, or you know, I can show you that here in another set of footage. But now what I'm doing is I've shown this before on video, but I'm kind of putting a little bit of fire on the end of that just to clean out the wax. And then I'm going to take my thread and thread my needles. I'm having a little coffee here this morning. And I got a classy mug right there. Randy's WSG mug. This was a gift from RW. Thank you, RW. And nothing like the first cup of coffee, especially this is a Saturday. I don't know when I'm going to release this, but so good stuff. Classy mug, good coffee. That's what we want. Doing some leather work. This is just a, you know, fun time. So talking about knives. I don't have anything new here to show you. I didn't even really bring any out here. So they're all in the house and I don't want to wake my wife up, but I do have this one from Bubba's EDC. I've been working on the edge a little bit. I kind of like to carry this little jackknife. I think it's made either by Colonial or Imperial. Again, got this in a trade, so I gotta stand back from the camera a little bit here, but that's what it looks like. It's got a little pin blade here. And I've been trying to sharpen it. I think I'm gonna have to put this on the bigger work sharp and put a better edge on that. But, you know, she's got some good snap to her. I mean, it's a neat little knife. It's probably inexpensive. It's kind of got like plastic covers on it, but I'm sure they lock into the liner, but this thing is in excellent condition. So Brian, if you're watching, this thing's awesome. I'm gonna need to put an edge on it, though. It didn't have much of an edge. It's better, but I need to put it on the big work sharp. I just haven't had time here. But I do really want to get into this Forest Master too. This thing's awesome. It's got half stops. It's just cool. So, okay, where am I at here? So I gotta get enough thread. There's 2, there's 3, 4, 5. I go about 6 usually on these. Maybe a little more. I'd rather have too much thread than not enough. And then get the needle threaded. if you heat that up, if you heat the end of that needle up just a little bit, it tends to go onto the thread just a little easier. And of course you put that back through like that so that it doesn't come out on you. Do the same thing on the other end. My needle's running away from me. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take my lighter and just do that. Yeah, so just enjoying a little time out here. And I'm in the garage, as you can tell, maybe. Just doing a little leather work. And talk to you all. And now the water softener just came on. I'll bring it back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. I got it shut off. You never know when that thing's going to come on. So now we're stitching this. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but I've got it in the stitching pony right there. And I can bring it a little bit closer maybe to see it right there. So I get the angle right here for us. There we go. I think that's all right. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here is just stitching that up. And once I get it finished, I can show you what it looks like. I'll have to dye the edges and burnish those. I have to put the snap in here at the bottom and finish the edges here. But this just goes back like this, and then I go back through the other side, just like so. I use my pliers sometimes. There we go. There we go. Make sure I see the holes. Wrap it around when I get over there. Pull it tight. And then just keep going. But oh, I guess I visited an antique store when I was on vacation here recently, and picked up a Victorinox. They had this store didn't have much, but had a few knives, and they had a little box, and I was rummaging through them, and there was a Victorinox Tinker Small on there that was like vintage. So I grabbed it for $6, but the thing wouldn't open. It was corroded shut. So I worked on it a little bit, took the scales off and worked on it, and it was too far gone. So I actually sent it to Victorinox, and I don't think they can repair it. They'll probably replace it, I would imagine. But I've heard people say that the Victorinox warranty is really great, and their service and everything's really great. So I paid the fee and sent the knife in. I think it cost me $10, and then cost of postage. So I don't know. I've got $22 in it right now. So I don't know if it's worth it or not. We'll see what they do. And I'll bring it back sometime and let you know what I find out there. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. I did make some slips this week for somebody. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name because that's your privacy. But this is out of some thinner leather that I got from a leather store in southern Indiana. So I'm using up some of that leather. He saw it somewhere. I think it was on Tom's channel, Tom from Knife Delights. And a slip I gave him for his giveaway. And this guy wanted, gentleman, I should say, wanted slips made from that leather. So I did it. And so I did that as well. I also made some straps for a friend. I don't usually do anything but knife stuff, so please don't ask me to do anything but knife slips or sheaths. But this is for a friend. I made a couple straps for him. So I did make that too, but that's not a paid thing. That's just a favor. So, so that's kind of what I've been up to here in the shop. It's been fun. I'm enjoying it. Thought I'd bring you along here for a little bit. And again, I'll try to show some pictures somewhere of this finished product. And with that, I thank you all for watching the channel and for your support. And until next time, thank you for watching. Okay, I'm back here one last time. I thought I'd show you the finished product. Here's the finished sheath. It fits the knife really well. See, we got the edges burnished really nicely. I put a brass snap here, and she fits in there like a glove. So you get a little better look at the knife itself and some of my work on there. You can see it's peppered pretty bad, but this thing was terrible. So there's my edge. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. I'm probably going to work on that some more at some point, but you know, it's pretty sharp. So, and I worked on the handle quite a bit in the brass guard. This tang right in here was rusty, the pommel. So I think I got it pretty nice, and this sheath just elevates it, you know, to a new level, I think. So it works really well. I was fearful when I first put the snap in that I put it into in the wrong spot, but it looks like it's working great. It's got almost a 2-inch belt loop on it, so that should fit most belts and be fairly tight. So this is it. This is the final product, or finished product, and I've just been kind of polishing it a little bit, so I thought I'd bring it back tabletop so you could see this a little better. And so turned out to be a neat project. Okay, thank you all for watching.